January 1st, 1983. A dream became reality for Penn State as the Nittany Lions defeated Georgia in the Sugar Bowl to capture the national championship. It was a moment to savor for a team whose tradition of excellence is unparalleled in college football. Penn State had reached the pinnacle and could proudly declare, "We are number one."
I've walked this path for darn near 34 years now. I've been here at Penn State. Next year will be my 34th season, 18th as a head football coach. You know, you look back this past year, we won a national championship. First time we were recognized anyway as having won a national championship. I've thought many times about all the great football teams we hear that never really got labeled number one, and I think about the great tradition that's been here in football at Penn State. There's a great temptation when you've been at a place a long time to really become nostalgic. But I don't want to become nostalgic. I want to look ahead. I'd like to be able to maintain a quality program of people who belong at Penn State, good students, good people, who will eventually be great leaders in this state and throughout the country. And if we can do that and make football meaningful for them and continue to make it meaningful for the young kids that come to us, then I think I'll be very satisfied as a person and feel that we've done some things with our lives.
This is Beaver Stadium, home of an extraordinary football team. A team nationally famous for its success on the field. Representing a university proud of the total accomplishments of its athletes.
Penn State offered so many different things for me out on the field, you know, not necessarily just on the field, but academically and socially and things like that. Things that I really enjoyed and wanted to get out of life were here at Penn State.
I was being recruited by a lot of different universities. I was being recruited by a lot of different colleges, but there were a few things that I was looking for. I was looking for a great academic program, which Penn State has. I was looking for a great schedule, which Penn State has, and I was looking for great coaches, which Penn State has. And, you know, putting all those things together and looking at all those things and evaluating all those things, you know, I just couldn't see myself going wrong.
You just can't go wrong on a bright autumn afternoon with the support of more than 85,000 Beaver Stadium fans and the Penn State Blue Band. The color, pageantry, and excitement are simply unforgettable. The stadium becomes charged with electricity. The fans are caught up in a surge of school spirit, and one suddenly realizes there can be no better place to play college football. The Nittany Lions success story did not develop overnight. Rather, it stems from a legacy of excellence, including All-American honors, nationally ranked teams, consistent bowl appearances, and every major award in college football. Year in and year out, Penn State meets the challenge of a championship schedule, playing the best teams in America, often in front of a national television audience. In becoming part of this heritage, each individual player develops himself, but more importantly, becomes a part of the collective team pride of wearing the blue and white of Penn State. This lasts long after graduation and is reflected by Chuck Hurd, a member of the 1974 Orange Bowl team, who's now a member of the university staff.
I read a lot of things about fashion and people saying, well, teams should change their uniforms for one reason or another. But if you look at Penn State's uniform, I mean, we got that blue and white, and I think the type of people that State's looking for are people who just want a little tradition, something that they can kind of live up to. And that's one thing I always think about in terms of that kind of maybe plain looking uniform. But it means a lot, and I think that the kind of people that come to Penn State are looking for something that kind of has some foundation to it.
A Penn State University education provides a valuable foundation for each student's future. University President Dr. Bryce Jordan credits the alumni, faculty, and students for making Penn State the major academic center for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
First of all, Penn State is academically a quality institution. Second, it's a comprehensive university in that every possible career choice, vocational choice one might desire is available at the Pennsylvania State University. And third, Penn State has made a very special effort to be sure that the experience outside of the classroom is enjoyable, well-rounded, and also provides an informal kind of learning atmosphere.
The Penn State degree is something that in the future is something you can rely on. You know, we can't rely on our football careers all our lives. And there's going to come a day when we have to step out in the regular world and work 9 to 5 and do a good job at it. We're going to lose our job. So what it is we're prepared, we're ready to work, and hopefully we can make an effect on people around us in whatever small contribution we can to the world.
Everybody has not only the God-given talents of being an athlete, but everybody also has been given the God-given talents of using your mind and applying your mind. And you need to develop both of those.
For Penn State athletes, academics always have been and always will be the #1 priority. Counselors meet regularly with each athlete to ensure proper academic progress toward a degree.
Right now I have scheduled accounting 102 and management 122, and that'll finish me up.
Because of a strong commitment by the coaching staff, Penn State has achieved one of the highest graduation rates in college football. A unique educational opportunity offered by Penn State is the intern program. While interning at the prestigious Merrill Lynch investment firm, All-America flanker Kenny Jackson took time to reflect on Coach Paterno's role in his total academic experience.
He really stresses academics. He stresses a lot of things in life, and he stresses the little things. He always says to us, take care of the little things and the big things take care of themselves. And I really believe it. And, you know, a lot of people really don't know the man as far as sitting down with him and talking to him about things like that. You just hear things and you read about things. But when the man says he's really serious about academics and the books, he really is. And I tell you, if you can't cut it that way, you can't cut it here.
It's not all work. There's no end to the recreational possibilities. And Penn State people are friendly people.
It's like our own little town, our own little community. As big as it is, everybody knows everybody else. It's amazing how you can walk down the street with 35,000 people on campus, but run into 10 or 12 people that you know.
The feel-at-home atmosphere of campus is the perfect complement to the combination of academics and big-time college football. To make the football program go, Penn State offers athletic facilities that have been designed to accommodate the nation's finest athletes. And what about game day? State College, Pennsylvania becomes the college football capital of the United States.
We are happy when we play fraternal football every day. We are Nittany Lions. When we pass or kick or run, we are playing just for fun. We are Nittany Lions. We can play in any kind of weather. Don't you know the ball is made of leather? Because we play fraternal's way. Penn State's #1 today. Nittany Lions are we. We're the Lions, the biggest score in town.
Inside Beaver Stadium, 85,000 fans create a lion's den for Penn State opponents.
Walk it up, sideline. Come on now. Come on, let's go. Come on, defense.
Year in and year out, Penn State's typically aggressive defense is a source of frustration for its opponents. Since 1938, Penn State has enjoyed 5 undefeated seasons, and during that time has not had a losing season, an NCAA record. In short, those who play for Penn State win at Penn State. Whether it's defense or offense, playing football for the Nittany Lions is an unforgettable experience, filled with memories of intense rivalries, big victories against nationally ranked teams, and the personal satisfaction of victory. After the cheering fades, a Penn State football player can look back with pride on what he accomplished, both on and off the field. For a few, their deeds will be singled out from the rest as exemplary and proudly displayed in the magnificent Penn State Football Hall of Fame room. And fewer still will have the opportunity to continue playing football as a professional. Franco Harris of the Pittsburgh Steelers leads a contingent of close to 50 former Nittany Lions active in the National Football League.
I think Joe had a big influence on me for going to Penn State. I really liked him. During that time when I first met him, he just seemed to be the kind of coach that I wanted to play for. You really don't know that much about college and about college ball. This is your first time away from home. So you want to kind of make sure that you can be in an atmosphere where you feel comfortable, that the people care about you, that they definitely want to look out after you to make sure that you do play good football, but on top of that, that you do get a good education and that you are involved in a college atmosphere.
Typical of the Penn State football graduate is Dave Joyner, an All-American offensive tackle in 1971 who is now a practicing orthopedic surgeon in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
The Penn State experience prepared me as well as I could possibly have been prepared for my later life. And innumerable times I've looked back in tight situations or in difficult times through my medical school training and residency and even in practice when things seem sort of bleak. And many of the philosophies and truisms that I learned at Penn State come back to help me. I really believe that there's no better place in the United States to go to college and play football than at Penn State.
It takes superbly talented athletes to reach the level of excellence Penn State has achieved in football. It takes a commitment to train and condition these athletes. And it takes a quality coaching staff to motivate and educate these players.
Get into them, keep them along the line of scrimmage.
We have a great staff, and I've been fortunate that we've been able to keep our people here. We have great teachers, and as I've said many, many times, if somebody wants to be a good football player, this is a place to come, because you'll get the guys you'll come here to work with will probably be here. You might go someplace else, and the guy you want to work with might not be there.
For the past 2 decades, the man responsible for this consistency of academic and athletic excellence is Penn State head coach Joe Paterno.
I chose Penn State because, number one, Coach Paterno. Coach Paterno, when he recruited me, he was interested in me, not only what I could do for him on an athletic basis and what I can do for him out there on the football field, but he was also interested in me as far as what kind of person I was.
Perhaps more impressive than the winning record Coach Paterno has achieved at Penn State is his concern for the development of character, discipline, and maturity in the young men entrusted to him. At Penn State, knowing how to win is important. How to meet and defeat a challenge both on and off the field is the ultimate lesson to be learned. For all the success the Nittany Lions have achieved through the years, there was still one achievement that hadn't been recognized: a national championship. But that goal, too, was fulfilled when Penn State met Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, New Year's Day, 1983.
Yeah, it's one of those few feelings that you have in your life that you're always going to remember. You can look back at that day, and right now I start getting a little bit of goosebumps here, remembering what happened, what took place, and how hard we all worked to achieve that goal.
Penn State fans, football fans everywhere were with this team on the floor of the Superdome. Their spirits were lifted when Kurt Warner found an opening on the left side of Georgia's defense. His touchdown run put Penn State in front, 7-0. But the Bulldogs had a threat of their own in Herschel Walker. Stopping him would force Georgia to play right into the strength of the Nittany Lion defense. Defense had turned the momentum in Penn State's favor. The offense put on an electrifying first half show. Heroics by Kevin Bow, Todd Blackledge, and Kurt Warner lifted the Lions to a 20-3 lead with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. But the Bulldogs came back, and Penn State led by only 3 points when Todd Blackledge went for the bomb. Greg Garrity made a remarkable catch in the end zone, and the Lions were in front for good. Finally, the wait was over, and it was worth it. Penn State was the #1 team in all of college football.
I think the challenge of coming to Penn State at this time is the fact that you're walking into a great tradition. You're going to play the best football teams in the country. You're going to play with the best players, and it's not going to be an easy situation for you. You're going to be challenged academically and athletically to be the very best you possibly can be.
This is the legacy of Penn State, a champion both on the field and off the field. An extraordinary football team that captures the true essence of college athletics. It offers an unforgettable experience and an unlimited future.